at this. 22 meters of uncluttered deck space, 22 meters of the latest in naval architecture, and 22 meters of high-class carbon boat building. This is the new Y7, which we are going to show you today. And it's not just a new model, this is also the kickoff of YYachts' 10th anniversary. Before we go down below to talk to Francesca, the interior designer, about the whole layout and the ideas behind it, let's focus on the cockpit, which is also special, and it's new to YYachts because the former Y7 had a central companionway. This boat has it offset to the port side, which offers you a clear passage from down below to the stern of the boat or to the steering pedestals. And on my side, you have a big table and a very comfortable coaming. You have very deep seating. It's super comfortable already now without the cushions, but just imagine how much more comfy it will be with cushions. And then if we move a little bit further aft, you can see the two pair of winches to either side. These are special in that they are not all the way out as usual, but they are actually offset to the middle of the boat, which makes them so much more safe to operate and actually much more comfortable as well, because you are not all the way down to leeward side where there's spray, there's water. Here you can actually sit by the winch and operate it, and yeah, it's just so much nicer. We have a dedicated main sheet attachment right in the middle. This is the standard option. But if you want to go racing, you can also add a full-width traveler on this boat. And you not only have the choice of the standard self-tacking jib, but also you can have a 105% Genoa, which is the more performing setup for light wind Mediterranean climbs. In case you ask yourself, where the hell does the dinghy go? Well, simple, look at this. I mean, you see how big this is. It's 3 meters 40 by 1 meter 70 is the opening of the hatch. And this is only possible because of the lightweight carbon construction. This lid needs to be very sturdy because you can have 10 people standing on here. You don't need a lot of support from the hydraulic lift system because it is so light. This is the beauty of carbon. And you can have, as I said, a proper dinghy. This is a trademark feature of YYachts, and so it's also here on the new Y7. It's a separate entrance to the crew quarters, and so you can easily exit and just jump down below to take a nap or take a watch or whatever. One of the big advantages of the new Y7 compared to the previous model is that she has now a dedicated aft engine room, and as you can see, this is a full standing height engine room with access through the crew quarters, actually not only through the back door, which is where I'm standing, but also from the front. So you can access the engine and service it without ever infringing on any of the guest liberties. To launch your large downwind sails like a Code Zero or a Jenica, or to easily and quickly get rid of them, this is the perfect spot. It's a sail locker right aft of the anchor locker. And look at this, it's huge. We have now the storm chip in there, but there's plenty of space for the Code and for the Jenica, and maybe even for some fenders. There have always been two trademark, almost DNA features of all the YYachts, and they can be found here as well on the new Y7. One is the uncluttered flush deck with the nicely integrated hatches on the foredeck, which you can see right in front of me. And the other thing is the coach roof, the cabin top and the near vertical windows. You have a little bit of an overhang, which creates some shadow, so even if it's really hot and the sun is shining brightly, you don't have all the light inside, so the boat doesn't heat up as much, but still you have a very light interior.
Welcome to the interior of the new Y7. We are now in the salon, and as you see, it's a layout with an open galley on the starboard side and the office studio on the port side. And thanks to the newer shape, the volume of the boat is much bigger than before. It was difficult to redesign such a successful boat, but I would say that with a completely new hull shape and completely new deck shape, the main difference is the volume which we have inside, the width of the boat, which is much more, and flexibility of the layout that we increase even more respect of what we were doing already. We have like 9 more or less different options for the layout and 4 options for speaking about materials and mood boards. This is, for example, a glacier, so it's a typical mood board with a very light stained oak for the furniture. In the office area, we have this bar furniture, which could be an extension of the galley, and with these hidden doors with the closing system, electric closing system. Instead of the office, our customer can also choose to have an additional guest cabin, which will be placed exactly in this position. So reducing a little bit the salon, but still, thanks to our volume, keeping the boat big and spacious. This is the master cabin with the toilet in the front. The bathroom is much bigger than in our previous Y7, and in general the space here is huge. The wider hull allows us also to create a desk area next to the bed, and in this specific layout we have a walk-in wardrobe behind the bed. We are now in the portside guest cabin in the aft area with the 2 single beds. We have an additional option of having like a mattress, fill-in mattress here inside to transform the 2 single bed to 1 double bed. And another option we can offer to our customer is to add a door here between the 2 beds to give the possibility to have a double entrance for the crew area, because just behind this bulkhead there is the crew cabin. We are in the starboard guest cabin. This is the VIP cabin, which is news of our Y7. It's an option. Customer can also choose for a smaller cabin like we have on the port side, but the space which will remain will be dedicated for the crew area. So it will be a crew mess. Another option for this space is also the galley. We propose in our layout to have the galley aft, and together with the crew mess is creating a wonderful and big area for the crew.
Build number 1 is already in the water, ready to go sailing. Build number 2 is in the yard and nearing completion. And the 2 boats couldn't be more different. We have a very different layout in this boat with the galley on the aft starboard side. And it's a different layout also amidships. And you can see it, there's also a different deck material. This is real teak, laid down by hand by specialists. This goes to say there's never gonna be 2 YYachts looking the same. Of course, to wrap it all up, carbon is part of the key to the specialty of this boat. Because of the carbon sandwich hull and deck, the overall weight of the boat is quite low. I mean, it's still 31.5 tons, but considering the size and the sheer volume of the boat, this is sort of industry leading. And because of the tall rig and a sail plan of 305 square meters upwind, it's a sail area to displacement ratio, which is not just close to racing territory, but it is the sail area to displacement ratio of a pure race boat. So the beauty of this is you get all of the interior, all of the design, and all of the comfort that comes with it. And on top, you get a really lively, fun sailboat, which can match the speed of the wind in as little as 5 knots in her boat speed. And this is where the fun really starts.